Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 111. It is Thursday, 19th of November. A little earlier than usual today. I've got a lot to talk about. Woke up a little early to get a bunch of eBay packages ready to ship out today. And I had several different topics that I wanted to touch on this morning. So, wanted to get at it a few minutes earlier than normal. So, the topic today is I took a drive, and that's exactly what I did last night. So, I'll dive into the drive in just a few minutes. But first, I want to talk about speaking of drives, the Hobby Drive. Check it out. KBO Collections here on YouTube does a daily video series, which was part of the inspiration behind this video journal that I do daily, along with Ken, who mentioned videos. It's so much quicker to do a video than it is to write a blog post. So part of the inspiration behind Hobby Evolution. So KBO Collections, Hobby Drive mentioned some of his friends and acquaintances in the hobby and mentioned me in yesterday's video. So that was awesome. Shout out to him. And so the title I took a drive actually doesn't have anything to do with the Hobby Drive, but I just wanted to drop that in because watched that video last night. And what I was doing while watching that was watching the NBA draft. I am a huge draft nerd. Baseball, football, basketball, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL drafts. I love them. In years past, well, I still haven't followed the NBA since like the mid 90s. But I still watch the draft and I'm still hooked. It goes pretty late. I think the first round didn't end until like 10 p.m. Central. So that's when I shut it off. So I didn't even watch the second round. I'll just read about it at some point. But I love the draft and following it. This year's draft was a little different. There wasn't a clear-cut number one. There were actually three players that could have gone number one. Anthony Edwards was the number one pick. LaMelo Ball was also in the discussion for that top pick, as well as James Wiseman, who went number two. Ball went number three. And then the Bulls, number four, took what's his name, Patrick Williams, which was kind of a surprise. I thought for sure they were gonna take Denny. I'm gonna butcher his last name, Avia from Israel. So they took Williams. So I think Avia went down to like number 9, maybe number 10. So it was a fun NBA draft. I'm looking forward to. I've talked about it multiple times. Looking forward to getting into the NBA. I've followed some of the trades. I'm here in Wisconsin. I grew up in Illinois, and I'm obviously a huge Chicago Cubs fan. I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I don't watch hockey, so I don't really pledge allegiance to any NHL team, but I guess I would root for the Blackhawks. And for the NBA, I did not, even though I was a diehard NBA and basketball fan throughout the 90s, I was not a Chicago Bulls fan. In the Michael Jordan era, didn't root for the Bulls. I did like the first trifecta. I was a Bulls fan, so I rooted for them in like the 89, 90, 91 championship seasons. But I wasn't really into the NBA. I was still big into football and baseball early on into my sports. So when I started watching the NBA was because of Shaquille O'Neal. I became a giant Shaq fan in 1992. So I became an Orlando Magic fan, and I was an Orlando Magic fan throughout the run of the 90s, even in kind of when Shaq left. When Shaq left Orlando is kind of when I moved on to other things. That was right around the time. That was right around 98 when I got back into baseball. The home run chase and Kerry Wood's 20 strikeouts and the Cubs making the playoffs. So that's kind of Shaq's Orlando tenure kind of defines my NBA fandom. And then I never really got back into the NBA. I would watch, some friends that were big Bulls fans. So I would watch games. I would root for the Bulls, but I haven't considered myself a Chicago Bulls fan, since 1991. So I think now that I'm getting back into the NBA for the first time in 25 years, I think I'm going to root for the Milwaukee Bucks. Because obviously they're a great team and Giannis is so awesome and fun to watch. But when I moved to Wisconsin 6 years ago, I had planned on getting into the NBA, becoming a Milwaukee Bucks fan, and it never came. It was kind of, to me, getting into the NBA and becoming a Milwaukee Bucks fan was much like how much I tried to get into Breaking Bad, the show. I tried like every year. I watched when it first aired. I watched like the first 3 episodes, lost interest. It became hugely popular, in like season 3 or 4, tried it again, couldn't get into it. Last couple seasons, again, never could get into Breaking Bad, much like I could not get into the NBA over the last 6 seasons. But I've got some time on my hands this winter. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been going through basketball cards that I've acquired the last couple years in collections that have rookie cards, and it was fun finding some prisms and some silvers. So I've got like 2 boxes that I've kind of just stashed aside of rookies, hoping that, 1 or 2 or more of these guys, have a great game or get really hot when the season begins. So I'm looking forward to the NBA season starting next month. Zach's with us. Good morning. Blue Chips, loved it. Blue Chips reminds me of being sick, though, because I think when I was right after it came out, may have even been the first time I watched it, I was home from school sick with like the flu. And my mom went up to our local IGA grocery store, rented Blue Chips on VHS. And I watched Blue Chips while I was, just absolutely sick as a dog. And now every time it comes on, it just kind of brings back memories of being sick. So it's hard for me to watch Blue Chips, which is disappointing because it's an all-star cast. Penny Hardaway. Yeah, I was a huge Shaq fan. And then my best friend Luke growing up was a huge Penny Hardaway fan. He had the Lil Penny t-shirt that he wore 5 days a week. I mean, he was a huge Penny Hardaway fan. I had the shoes, the Shaq Fu, or the Shaqnosis is what they were called. The black and white hypnotized shoes, Shaqnosis. So yeah, looking forward to the NBA. And man, right now, this is the time of year to buy. And I think Zach's talked about this, buy in the off season, especially for baseball right now. There's some great deals. I mentioned yesterday that I was expecting a package from Blowout Cards. That came yesterday. So I bought 8 of these boxes, 2019 Topps Heritage mega box, or high number. So it's got like a Tatis rookie in here. I think Vlad Jr.'s in here. So it's 15 packs plus an exclusive bonus pack with 4 Heritage Chrome cards. So I bought 8 of those. I'm not going to open them yet. I'm just going to kind of hold on to them probably until baseball season, and we'll see. Maybe I'll sell them sealed. Maybe I'll rip them in April, May, June, or next summer. So I bought those, and then I've been wanting to get at least one of these sets. This is the Walmart green set. Now, I found one of my targets, actually a couple of my targets last week had multiple orange sets, and the orange complete sets have the rookie relics. So you get one rookie relic in the set, plus I think the 5 image variations. So I bought one of those, and I'm just going to set it aside. I usually my mom still buys me baseball cards for Christmas. She'll buy me like the complete sets. So I just kind of set them on one of the shelves and let them marinate per se. So Blowout had the Walmart green sets. Have not found them because they were being sold out in stores. They were sold out quickly on Walmart.com. But Blowout had them for, I believe retail was $70 on these. Maybe it was $60, but Blowout had them for $70. Thought that was a great deal. 1 and 3 sets is a parallel. So I bought 3 sets, figured, hey, why not? What I'll do is I'll open them all up to see if I get a parallel. But if I open the first set and get a parallel, maybe I'll just set the other 2 aside and leave them sealed. So last night, I opened and I brought in the foils. So first off, I'll let you know so the green I think is an awesome value, well worth the $70, even as a collector, because, the sets themselves, $40 for the base set, $50. Plus you get 5 rookie image variation cards. They're not as popular, but a few bucks a pop, a couple bucks a pop for some of the lower end. I think the Luis Robert sells for 15, maybe $20. So really good value there. And who knows if you pull a rookie that blows up next year, could be worth a lot more. Plus, along with 1 and 3 sets as a parallel, plus you get the foil boards. Now these are awesome, super hot. So these foil boards, you get a 5-card pack. They're numbered to just 264. And look at that. Trent Grisham rookie card on the front. Adam Ottavino from the Yankees on the back. I'm going to open this here live this morning. I was going to leave it sealed, but I thought, heck, I want to see what else is in there. Probably I've got Grisham on top, so it's already a win. So we'll see. So the first box I opened was a parallel of the Gold Star parallel. Which is the most common of the parallels. I think the Gold Star parallels are 1 in every 3 boxes, and then they have sets limited to $2.99, $99, and a 1 of 1. So I think the $2.99s are blue, the 99s are orange. I don't know what the 1 of 1s are. There's only one, and I believe with the 1 of 1, it's not you don't get the 1 of 1 set. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. So you get the set, a base set, I would imagine. And then inside is like a redemption for the 1 of 1 set. So it's actually a redemption inside the box. So I opened the first box. It was the Starburst, the Gold Star parallel. So I decided to just leave the other 2 sealed. I did list some of the Gold Star parallel rookies into my eBay store. I listed the rookie image variations. So those are in my eBay store, 1millioncubs.com. eBay store link, top of the page. Click on that, 1millioncubs.com. So that's what came in the mail yesterday. Was there anything else before I get to those that I wanted to talk about? So since we're talking about these, I'm going to open this and then I'll get to the main topic. So these are the foil boards, numbered to 264. So just such an awesome value in these green boxes. Well worth $70 just for the fun alone. So I'm going to first. So we've got Trent Grisham on top. We've got Ryan McBroom, rookie from the Kansas City Royals, is the second card. Going to sleeve up the Grisham. So here's the second card. Ryan McBroom, rookie of the Royals, numbered to 264. Next is Jose Urquidy. I think there's 5 cards. And I already know Adam Ottavino is the last. So it's an Astros pack because the next, so that's Jose Urquidy. The next is Zach Greinke. And then we've got Adam Ottavino as shown on the back. So Greinke and Adam Ottavino. So those are numbered, foil boards numbered to 264. So not bad with Trent Grisham rookie showing. And then, some of the commons that I expected on the interior. So pretty cool. So I will set those aside. So I believe that's all I had. What else did I get in the mail? I did get one card. It's for trade. It's going into a trade. No Cubs yesterday. Still waiting on a couple eBay packages. I think I'm waiting for one more trade card and then a couple Cubs. So hopefully those arrive here today. So the topic today, I took a drive. So I've mentioned before, my wife is in real estate, and I, on occasion, have before the pandemic, I would help out I can't help out too much because I'm not a licensed realtor, but I can do some of the odd jobs that like putting up signs. So it's, it was kind of one day, it's like I drove to a neighboring town, like 30 minutes away, and I'm like, hey, that was fun. Nice to get out, see a new town. And now with the pandemic, it's like I just need to take a drive. I just need to get out of the house. I work from home. About the only place I go is Target, Walmart, Costco, and the post office. Like for the last 8 months, that's the only places I've been. So I've been like the sign guy lately. And so yesterday she's like, can you run to Belleville, which is a small town, probably 25 minutes to the south of Madison. So took a drive, and it's in the daylight it's scenic, but this was about 5 o'clock when I drove, so it was already mostly dark when I left, and pretty much dark for the drive. But it's a route through mostly country. I think I go through one town. I go through Verona, Paoli, and that's about it. And Paoli is a town of about 50. Scenic drive, put the sign up, and I've always loved driving, especially driving through the country. And I drove a lot in my radio. When I worked in radio, I would, I was the sports director, so in play-by-play on high school broadcasts. So I would drive all over the state of Illinois, broadcasting games, and driving home from those games. It was a great way to kind of relax. Even though I'm just broadcasting a game, there's still a lot of adrenaline. You're on kind of a timeline. You've got to get there. I had to set up equipment. I had to arrange interviews with coaches. I had to get my pregame all timed out based around the interview times. Script out my introduction. Make sure I'm up on statistics and make sure that I know the names. So there's a lot that goes into it than just sitting down and talking. So it was a great way to, kind of, come down from, from that broadcast high. And if it was an intense game, a stressful game, went down to the wire even more so. So it was nice to get that out of the system, just kind of relax, kind of play back the night. What could I have improved on? What could I have done differently, more efficiently? So a great way. Plus, it gave me a lot of ideas. It inspired me. I also ran a website. I broadcasted games on the website. Gave me ideas for the website, story ideas, interview ideas. And a lot of that came from just clearing my head driving down the road. A lot of times we get so set in our ways, in our day-to-day routines, where we get this tunnel vision. Wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, get dressed, eat breakfast, log into work, and your brain just functions one way. But when you get out, you get on the open road, you start seeing the world, it really opens your mind to, you know, become creative. And that's kind of my creative outlet can come from that. And I haven't really spent much time um, out of my house, and most people haven't. But it was nice to just get out, get creative. I had some website ideas. I had some ideas for future blogs, some strategies for my eBay store. So it was a great way to unwind and just kind of hit refresh on my brain. So I think I'm going to try to do that more frequently. Is just, you know, at least a couple times a week, take a drive and plan. I'm going to go to this town 30 minutes away just to drive to point A, drive back, point A to point B. You know, just to drive, spend 1 hour, you know, of an evening or a weekend, to just drive, with, you know, no distraction, and just try to get those creative juices recycled within my mind. So that was the topic for today. I took a drive. So that's it for today. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks, Zach. Coming up today, I have some more packages to get finished up here real quick. Hopefully a couple of my Cubs cards come in today. No other purchases. Blowout will have their fourth wave coming out tomorrow. Hard to believe it's the last one. Black Friday is next week. So I'm looking forward to see what they may have for sale at Black Friday. So I don't think I missed anything. I didn't. The only thing I wrote last night that this was going to be my topic, I took a drive on my whiteboard. The other stuff just kind of, you know, came to me throughout last night and this morning. So I think I touched on everything I wanted to this morning. No additional Cubs. Actually, I did get more Cubs in the set. So I don't know how many Cubs are in the complete set, like 25 or 30. So I'll have to get those added to the count. So as it stands, 508,363 of the plus whatever I get out of the Gold Star Parallel. So maybe 30. So, and also you may ask, what about the other sets? Do I count the Cubs in there? Because I know that there may be 30 that I've already opened. What about the other two sets? No, those are not counted unless I open them up and set them aside, because right now they're not part of, they're sealed, and I don't know what the future holds for those two boxes. You know, I could sell them sealed next year, or I may break them open next year. So I don't want to either A, count them when I'm going to be selling it sealed down the road, and then in a year I'll completely forget that those were in the count, or B, count them now, and then when I open them up and you know, keep it, count them again. So I don't want to double the count. So as it stands, no, they only go into the count until I put them in part of the Cubs collection. So those do not count. And obviously I don't know how many Cubs cards are in these boxes. So you know, nothing in sealed. I have sealed sets. So I have like an 81 Fleer set. I have some Sport Flick sets. I have an 86 Topps. I have 86 Fleer. A bunch of like 89, 90, 91 junk wax. So none of the Cubs in there are counted until or unless I break them open and you know, pull the stars and pull the Cubs out to put them specifically in the Cubs collection. So now that's all I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Twitter is at 1,000,000 Cubs. Website is 1,000,000cubs.com. eBay store link is on the website. Top of the page, 1,000,000cubs.com. Buy 3 or more cards, get an automatic 10% off. That's at 1millioncubs.com, eBay store link, top of the page. There were 2 new blog posts yesterday. Last night I published the Bowman Draft First Edition. That's what I missed. I'll talk about that tomorrow. So there's a checklist for 2020 Bowman Draft First Edition. It's a Topps Online exclusive. That is on 1millioncubs.com. And then also kind of some direct links to some of my deals in my eBay store. So you can just quickly, boom, click on those, and that's the most recent post, 1millioncubs.com. So tomorrow I'll talk about Bowman Draft First Edition here on Hobby Evolution. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great Thursday.